Welcome to Plantage, biggest wine company in Southeastern Europe. This is the biggest wine company in our country also, and it is important to mention that we have the biggest vineyard in one single piece in whole Europe, with 2,300 hectares in total. Back from the 60s until today, we planted approximately 11.5 million vines. We have 28 different grape varieties planted in the vineyard, 24 international and 4 local autochthonous. But certainly the most important grape variety here is Vranac, which covers 70%. Besides Vranac, we also have Kratošija, Krstač and Žižak. The production of our company goes from 13 to 17 million bottles per year. We have 3 big wine cellars with a capacity of 2 million, 3.5 and 27 million liters in total. It's very specific, the whole terroir, not only the climate condition. Even we have more than 2,500 sunny hours per year and a very rocky soil, a lot of limestones. Back in the 50s, this part of the vineyard used to be a fertile desert. There was nothing but big limestones, but small group of enthusiasts, they arrived to the idea that something can be grown into the desert. So today it's a big green field with 2,300 hectares in total. On one side, it is surrounded by limestone mountains and hills. And on the other side, Skadar Lake National Park. Behind the Skadar Lake, Adriatic Sea. So we can say that in this valley, we have an impact of 2 climate conditions. Sub-Mediterranean from one side and subcontinental from the other part. Besides climate condition and type of the soil, it is also worth to mention that we produce the wine here for decades and for centuries. So altogether, very, very specific terroir of our company of Plantage. So the first steel dry wine that we are going to present to you today is Chardonnay, one of many international grape wine varieties in our huge vineyard on Chemovsko polje. With a lot of sunny days, it gives really specific character. And first of all, if you look for the color, check for the color, you will see that it has light green, yellow color. This is the wine that is a very heavy-bodied wine in the glass, slowly moving. If you look for the wine tears, you will see that it's really close to each other, running slowly, so probably higher alcohol content. On the nose, when you smell it, you'll find out that it has that character of tropic fruit, ripe yellow apple, hint of pineapple, and really, really high aromatic frame on the nose. So now we can also taste the wine. I can tell you that this wine keeps that fruity character for a long time. It has long, lingering aftertaste. A little bit of minerality on the palate. Nice balance between sugar and acids. Really rounded because it is staying on a fine lees. And it contributes a little bit to that roundness of flavors on the palate. The wine that we often pair with the quality food such as seafood, white meat in white creamy sauces, risotto, different also pasta, and the wine which we always pair with the food. So aging for about 8 to 10 months inside inox tank, and one of many, many international grape wine varieties in our vineyard. The very first red wine that I'm going to present to you today is named Vranac. Vranac is definitely the most important grape variety in the whole country of Montenegro. So This grape wine was grown in the area of the Skadar Lake and in the area of Crnica back from the 14th century. And there are many evidences that it was hidden in the depth of Montenegrin history. If you look for the color of this wine, you will notice that it has very intensive red ruby color. When it's even younger, shows almost purple ring on the edge, on the rim, something that Vranac is easily recognized by even only visually. Looking for the wine tears, you will see that it's really close to each other, running slowly. This is heavy-bodied wine in the glass, definitely. Very extractive, powerful, and potential wine of the south. On the nose, when you smell it, it shows wide range of fruity scents, fruity aromas. You can recognize the scent of small, dark forest berries like blackberries, blueberries, ripe cherries. On the taste, definitely the wine, which is tannic, has loads of tannins, but longer time it is aging. After a few years, tannins become softer, more elegant, and well-balanced. This is the wine with 13.5% of alcohol content. Also on many prestigious world wine competitions won so many medals. The next red wine that I will present for you today is the same grape variety, Vranac, but there are a few differences comparing to the previous classic Vranac. So first of all, it is a very specific method of production for this wine. During the phase of fermentation of the wine, it is enriched with additional extra stems from the berries of the grapes in order to increase the level of tannins, polyphenols, and the resveratrol, all antioxidants in the wine. So that's why we named it Vranac Pro Corde, in Latin Vranac for heart. Looking at the color, you will see that for nuance it has a little bit darker, so deep dark red color. Also heavy-bodied wine in the glass, very extractive and etheric. On the nose shows wide range of deep dark forest fruit, ripe cherries, and a hint of pomegranate peel. After we taste it, the first impression, beside its very fruity character, it's also very tannic, has loads of tannins. But tannins are very soft, delicate, we say silky and velvety tannins. This one has 14% of alcohol content, and we usually pair it with a little bit stronger food pairing combination. Definitely the most recognizable label in our company, and for the vintage 2016 on the Decanter Wine Fair in London won 95 points out of 100, which is a gold medal. You can find this wine in more than 40 countries all around the world. Speaking about this Vranac grape variety, we have to mention also Vranac Barrique for all of you who prefer more barriqued wine. Looking for the color, you will see that it has also deep dark red color, heavy-bodied wine and slow in the glass, very extractive. On the nose, shows both primary, secondary, and tertiary aromas. So you can find deep dark forest fruit, blackberries, blueberries, ripe cherries, and on the taste, even it's very tannic as a grape variety. Tannins are very soft and delicate. This is the wine with 14.5% of alcohol content. It has long lingering aftertaste on the palate, keeps that fruity character, Beside fruity notes, you may find also hint of caramel and smokiness from the oak barrel, because it's been aging in barrique barrel for about 1 year, but also 1 year inside inox tank, and later some time spent in the bottle as well. The wine that definitely won so many medals on most prestigious wine pairs, wine competitions, like Mundus Vini in Germany, Meininger, Decanter Wine Fair in London, International Balkan Wine Competition in Skopje, and so many other important world competitions. The next red wine that I'm going to present to you is named Vladika. Vladika is the wine that appeared on the market in 2013 in occasion of 50 years of our company, but also the same year 200 years of the birth of one of our greatest poet and philosopher, so we named it Vladika. This is dominantly Vranac grape also with 80%, and combined Cabernet Sauvignon and Merlot each 10%. The wine, which is aging for a minimum of time of 2 years, combined barrique barrels and small French oak. Looking for the color, you will see that it has also deep dark red color, very extractive and powerful wine in the glass, very slow. On the nose, you may find dominantly scents of blackberries, blueberries, ripe cherries. After you taste the wine, you will find out that tannins are very soft and delicate. Vranac, as a grape variety, gives it the strength. Merlot softens a little bit and gives it fruity character of small red forest berries, such as raspberry, for example. And Cabernet Sauvignon, definitely also one of many international grape wine varieties, which perfectly combines with our local autochthonous Vranac grape. It has long, lingering aftertaste, full body, but I always say it's so powerful. It has 14.5% of alcohol content, so the wine that definitely needs quality food pairing suggestion. Now, this is a perfect example to see what you can get if you combine a local autochthonous Vranac grape with international and French grape wine varieties as Cabernet Sauvignon and Merlot. The next premium red wine of Plantaže from special edition is named Stari Podrum. Stari Podrum means old cellar, and it is really special wine from our company. This is 100% Vranac grape variety, and the wine that won so many medals on most important competitions. I have to mention that in previous 2020 won gold medal on Mundus Vini competition in Meininger in Germany. And recently, a few months ago, also announced as the best red wine of Montenegro on Balkan International Wine Competition. You'll find out that it has very deep dark red, almost black color. Heavy-bodied wine in the glass, very slow and extractive. On the nose, so wide range of fruity scents. You may find the scent of prunes, hint of chocolate, ripe red cherries, and licorice. This wine's been aging for a minimum of 4 years, and it spent 2 years inside barrique barrel, 1 year in big wooden barrel of French oak, and 1 additional year inside the bottle. After that, it can spend even longer time in the bottle. Definitely the wine that we can define as multi-laying beast. The wine that shows beside large fruity notes and scents, also tertiary notes such as vanilla from the oak barrel, smoke, licorice, and it has long, long lingering aftertaste in the background. The wine that we always decant, usually 1 hour before we do the tasting, so it can show the full aromatic frame, complexity, and its own elegance. During the phase of production of this wine, it is a manual harvest, hand-picked during the evening or in the early morning hours when the temperature is lower. And in that way, we can save the full aromatic frame of this wine. So we cannot make it every single year, only in the best vintages when favorable weather condition allows best results in the vineyard. Now, I would like to tell you something about the only sweet red wine that we have in the company, which is named Medun. It's also 100% Vranac, autochthonous and local grape variety. But we can make this wine only in those years when favorable weather condition allows vendage tardive or late harvest, mid of October or end of October, depending on the vintage. So in one phase of work in the vineyard, we have to cut about 70% of branches. We leave only 1 or 2 clusters of grape per branch, and in that way it gets higher level of residual natural sugar content. When it gets to the harvest time, the grape is very dry, almost as a raisin, so we don't get much. We get basically 3.5 tons per hectare, so reduced yield definitely. And after 3 years aging inside big wooden barrels of French oak, it is still powerful, heavy-bodied red wine, dessert wine, so we leave it at the end of the meal paired with, for example, chocolate cakes. If you look for the color, it's so deep, dark red, goes to black color, basically. Very, very slow in the glass. On the nose, beside fruity character, beside blackberries, blueberries, red cherries, you may find also hints of ground coffee, hint of chocolate, and a little bit, just a hint of vanilla from the oak barrel. Okay, we can taste the wine. Obviously very, very sweet red wine with 50 grams of residual natural sugar content per liter. Usually it has 15 to 16% of alcohol content. You can see that even the bottle is quite different since it is a dessert wine. For the vintage 2013, I will mention that it got gold medal on Mundus Vini wine competition in Germany.